So you're diligently tracking your protein, your fats, and your carbs. Maybe you're using the MyFitnessPal app or one of the other apps out there, and you think you're doing everything right, yet the scale hasn't budged and your body isn't changing, and you are feeling so frustrated. I totally get it because I've been there. That's why in today's video, I want to share with you the most common food tracking mistakes. So make sure you stick around for that, and then also stick around to the end because I'm going to reveal to you something that is even more important than tracking your macronutrients. Hey mama, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Angelica Ventrice, founder of the Fit for Life Transformation Program, where busy professional women heal their guts, lose weight, and transform their bodies without restrictive diets, because nobody has time for that, right? First things first, if you don't own a food scale, get a damn food scale. Okay, so you can get them off of Amazon, super easy to use, but if you're tracking your food and you're not using a food scale, that's mistake number one, because eyeballing it does not work. So let me show you a little example here, okay? I'm getting my peanut butter, and a lot of you may be like, oh, I'm doing a tablespoon of peanut butter. This, you just go like this, and then you're slobbing it on. Now, you can grab a real tablespoon, so you wanna make sure you're using measuring tools. You can grab a real tablespoon and you're gonna wanna level it off, right? And it's quite different, this versus this. So if you're not using measuring tools and you're not using a food scale and you're just eyeballing it, it's going to be inaccurate because it's very easy to overestimate or underestimate. Things like olive oil, you might be eyeballing. Now I have all this peanut butter all over the place. But things like olive oil or, nuts and nut butters and things like that, you definitely, it's very easy to grab a handful of nuts. You might be eating a cup of nuts, right? A serving size might be a fourth a cup. So it's really important to use proper measuring tools, right? So you wanna get your cups out. And the other thing you wanna do to be even more accurate is to make sure you use your food scale. So let's say you wanna have a cup of oatmeal, right? Or half a cup of oatmeal. The serving size is actually 40 grams, according to this, right? But if you just eyeball it and you pour it into your little cup here, you're just like winging it, you pour it in, right? And then you go ahead onto your food scale and you weigh it, this actually might be more grams. So that's why it's really, you wanna put your food scale to grams. It's really important to weigh it because this, you might have just poured some in there and you thought it was half a cup, but then you actually weigh it on the food scale and it comes out to maybe 50 to 60 grams. So that means you're easily overeating. And you could be doing this with peanut butter. Like I said before, you could be doing it with anything really. So it's really important to measure out things on the food scale as well as use proper measuring tools, okay? So buy yourself the food scale, proper measuring tools, and then make sure you're converting into grams or ounces on your food scale, and just be really cautious of that. A lot of times you think you're doing well because you're using the measuring tools, but you still might not be completely accurate. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. Third mistake that a lot of you are making with tracking is that you have left your Fitbit or iWatch or Garmin connected to your MyFitnessPal. This is a huge mistake. What MyFitnessPal is gonna do, it's gonna say, oh, you worked out for 45 minutes, you burned 500 calories. Now you have more calories to eat. No, you don't have more calories to eat, especially if you're trying to lose weight. You need to be in that little bit of a deficit, right? So you really wanna make sure that you disconnect all, any watch that you have on to MyFitnessPal, or else it's going to skew the calories, okay? Another mistake you guys are making with tracking, you need to track everything. So sometimes I see my clients, I'll look at their food journal and maybe the scale hasn't shifted for them as quickly as they want. And I'm like, listen, are you counting your coffee creamer, your olive oil, your dressing? You really wanna be conscious to track everything. Don't leave out your coffee creamer or the sugar you put in there. Don't just write, I had coffee. Don't just log you had coffee, because you had creamer in there as well, and maybe you had 2 sugars. So you do need to include everything. This could be why the scale's not moving for you. You're measuring inaccurately, you're tracking inaccurately, you're overestimating, you're underestimating. It's so easy for this to happen, which is why I wanted to do this video for you guys. And another thing that's really, really common is you're entering your food into MyFitnessPal, but it could be the wrong portion size. You wanna make sure when you go in that you're actually paying attention to the portion sizes and the serving size that you're putting in there, because that also may cause you to overestimate or underestimate. Say for example, you enter in ground turkey meat and the portion you pull up that's already in MyFitnessPal is 8 ounces, but you only had 4 and you enter 8. That's going to skew your calories for the day. So and your intake. So you really wanna pay attention to the portion sizes and the serving sizes as well in MyFitnessPal. But you can track all day, every day, and be super, super anal with your tracking. But this is what I really wanted to bring light to. At the end of the day, what you put into your body really, really matters. So you could be tracking, but if you're tracking crap and you're eating refined carbs and sugars and processed foods and resorting to a lot of quick fixes, all the tracking in the world is not really gonna help you lose weight, right? What we put in our bodies really, really matters. So you wanna make sure that you're fueling your body with lean proteins and healthy fruits and veggies, organic, and in anti-inflammatory foods as well, turmeric, ginger, cardamom, curcumin. So it's really, really important to pay attention to what you're putting in your body, not just track the food and think that you're gonna win because you're in a caloric deficit. So yes, tracking is important, and following these tips is gonna help you shed the weight. Make sure that you're being a little more conscious and anal about it, but also be really cognizant of what you're putting in your body, right? Just don't fuel your body with crap and you'll see better results. All right, guys? So thanks so much for watching. My name is Angelica Ventrice. Make sure you stick around to the next video because me and my boyfriend are going to be going over eat this, not that, giving you plenty of healthy substitutions for some of your favorites.